Hi guys, it's Michelle, and today's video is going to be yet another TikTok conspiracy theories video for you guys. Y'all know I love TikTok, like so much. Before we get into it, I would love to thank HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. I am obsessed with HelloFresh to the point where this is something I actually order on my own time, on my own money. I love HelloFresh. If you guys don't know, I'm currently in a weight loss journey, which you can follow me on TikTok or on YouTube Shorts on my weight loss YouTube channel to follow along with me. You guys can watch, but HelloFresh has been so helpful for this. HelloFresh is a meal kit service and it has amazing meals and it is super easy. Everything is pre-measured, pre-portioned. It is just incredible. Remember those New Year's goals that you promised yourself that you would stick to? HelloFresh is here to help you eat better by delivering fresh ingredients and easy recipes right to your door without the hassle and the drama of the grocery store, honestly. The grocery store is dramatic. It's nice to skip it. Because you're spending less time at the grocery store, you can spend more time doing things that you love. And every single recipe is amazing. I am not kidding you when I say that I have never not loved a HelloFresh meal. They always hit. It is always good. I promise. HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients and easy to follow recipes mean that you can get a delicious home-cooked meal on the table without all the time-consuming meal planning or prepping, which I love. No matter your lifestyle or meal preferences, HelloFresh has recipes sure to please everyone at your table. From calorie smart or carb smart, veggie or family friendly, you'll always find something even the pickiest eaters will enjoy. This is so true. I make HelloFresh for my roommates all the time and they are obsessed. HelloFresh now has 40 weekly recipes that you can choose from, so you can say bye to all that time Googling recipes and trying to figure out what to make for dinner because it's right there for you. It's amazing. If you guys want to check out HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com and use the code Michelle Platti 65 in all caps, and you will get 65% off, including free shipping, which name a better deal, bitch. I dare you. Definitely check them out. Some of my favorite meals that I've made with HelloFresh are definitely these beef bulgogi meatballs that I showed me cooking, but also obsessed with this Brussels sprout lemon pasta. It is so freaking fire. A plethora of meals that I love from HelloFresh, and I would love for you guys to love it too. So use code Michelle Platti 65 at checkout or click the link in the description box below. Thank you again to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's get into the TikTok conspiracy theories. Sorry, I removed my hair from that poof. It was just feeling too snooky, too 2011. She's gone. Regardless, let's get into the TikToks. All right, we always start off with some Kardashian tea, so let's just hop into it. So I've been seeing this specific video about Kourtney Kardashian running around the internet for a very long time. Essentially, this video where Kourtney allegedly is glitching.
I'm sorry, is there someone talking to you?
Yes, sorry.
Sorry about that. So I just was wondering how everyone's doing. Hello, Kourtney, have we lost you?
So to me, this video is not at all Kourtney glitching, but rather the Today show in Australia was asking Kourtney about the Kim Kardashian Paris robbery. And I'm assuming this was something that Kourtney had on her like do not ask list. Like, we're not talking about this because this is before it had really been talked about too much. And she's like pretending that she's glitching. Like, I'm pretty sure that that's what's happening. At least that's the vibe that I get. It was uncomfortable with the way the conversation was headed, so she just simply pretended to glitch, which is kind of funny and kind of iconic if you think about it. Next Kardashian conspiracy theory. You guys have been tagging me in this nonstop, which I don't know why, because you know how I feel about celebrities in the Illuminati. Nonetheless, this video of Kourtney Kardashian admitting that she's in the Illuminati was trending.
Are you a part of the Illuminati?
Yes. No, I'm not. Did that come up as a lie when I said yes?
Yes, that's true.
Oh, see? That means I'm not. She
you
said,
said
are
both
you a part of
answers.
the Illuminati? And I said yes.
And then you changed it.
And then I said no. But I said I'm just kidding.
Don't try to work the system.
To me, I just feel like it's clearly a joke, and I feel like if she was in the Illuminati, she just like would not say that. Like, Chloe is the one asking the questions. You're forgetting that. That's her sister. If they were in the Illuminati, why would her sister ask her that? It just doesn't add up to me, and that's all I'll say. I know people get mad when I say that I don't believe celebrities are a part of the Illuminati. I think celebrities are a tool that are used by the Illuminati. I feel like companies and corporations want you to think that, yeah, celebrities are part of the Illuminati, but really it's the faceless billionaires who you have no idea exist. All right, the next Kardashian conspiracy theory I found very interesting.
So Kim Kardashian has been publicly collecting a lot of items from public figures that have passed. Recently, she purchased for just under $200,000 a pendant worn by Princess Diana. She had worn the Marilyn Monroe dress to the Met Gala, and while she couldn't hold on to that, the employees at Ripley gave her a lock of Marilyn Monroe's hair. She had also purchased a Jackie Kennedy watch. Now, I think Kim Kardashian is really smart. Why might she be collecting these items? Now, I personally think that one of the last steps in the Kardashians really solidifying themselves as kind of an American royal family would be through opening up a museum. And if you've seen videos, Kim Kardashian has warehouses of clothes that she has worn on red carpets. I could be totally wrong, but I do think Kim Kardashian is smart.
I do find it to be very interesting, the idea that a Kardashian museum will be coming. The Kardashian, like hearing it compared to the royal family, I am sure makes a lot of British people cringe. And I agree, it's on a way less of a scale for sure, because the royal family is more like, you know, a whole monarchy based on blood, versus the Kardashians is like literally a reality show. But for the United States, I will say they are probably the most famous family of the United States. It is kind of a big deal over here, so them having a museum would be really interesting. The concept I never thought about, but it makes sense that they would be planning for that now, because I feel like, especially Kim Kardashian, is super obsessed with being immortalized and legendary in a way, because she's obviously already on her way, on her tracks to like achieve that status. Like, it is pretty legendary that the world cares so much about the Kardashians. They're literally just a family. They just exist. Like, they're literally famous for being them. I think it's a very interesting concept. And I think Kim collecting all of her like red carpet looks is just another sign for that to be true. I just think anything to do with the Kardashians usually makes sense, because I do feel like business-wise and like tactic-wise, Kim specifically and Kris are very, very smart, and they know exactly like what they're doing. It would be pretty crazy if a museum like that existed, so I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. Okay, so for those who don't care about the Kardashians, let's get into the rest of the TikTok conspiracy theories. All right, so the first conspiracy theory I want to talk about has to do more with a TikTok trend rather than a specific TikTok. I have been seeing a lot of TikToks of different celebrities singing songs of other singers that they have never sang before. That statement even really makes sense. For example, it's like Ariana Grande singing Happier Than Ever, but it's not actually her singing, it's just AI, which is very, very terrifying to me. You know, I get holograms, I get the video projecting, even like face swapping, it's still creepy, but to be able to have someone's vocals, be able to manipulate that to make someone sound like they're saying anything that you want them to or singing anything that you want them to is pretty crazy. I do feel like it is a very eerie look into what our future looks like. I think a lot of this started with hologram tours. I've always thought hologram tours of dead celebrities is cool, but like pretty crazy and terrifying if you think about it. I've been thinking about this technology for a while, because obviously in the early 2000s or earlier 2000s, Michael Jackson died. He was like one of the biggest like hologram tours. Technology then is so much less advanced than it is now, especially with holograms and AI. I saw this TikTok having a hologram and it was crazy realistic. I just think that quality of hologram tours is going to be so insane in the next 5 to 10 years that they could potentially take over live touring. I thought about this technology again when Kim Kardashian received a birthday present from Kanye of her father, who passed away in the early 2000s, and it was a hologram of him just saying how proud he is of Kim. And it was really cool. Robert Kardashian like brought back to life in a sense, and I'm sure Kim very much appreciated it, but either way, I always thought that it was so crazy because of how realistic it felt. it's just insane. Being able to play a video in hologram form was never like that shocking to me. I mean, it's obviously cool. It's obviously like really, to me, what's scary is when someone can, you know, mimic someone's likeness and make them say and do completely different things than they had ever done before. And now that holograms have progressed so much, I'm surprised that hologram tours aren't more popular. And I think that they will be in the next 5 to 10 years, like I said, especially because AI, you know, technology really immortalizes celebrities in their current form, which I think is interesting. Say like 50 years down the line when, you know, kids, teenagers want to understand what their grandparents loved and what they were listening to. Imagine if you could go see a One Direction hologram tour. It'd be kind of epic. I mean, it wouldn't be as good as obviously seeing it in person, but that's like an immortalized like time capsule projected and felt like it's real. It's a really crazy concept. Also pretty scary because I never believed like the whole theory this celebrity is dead and was replaced by a clone and XYZ, but now that this has come into fruition, bitch, they could probably fool a lot of fucking people. Obviously, like the celebrity or the government official, whoever it is, public figure, their you know, friends and family would have to be somewhat aware of the situation, but they could totally use this technology to make it look like someone is alive when they are not. And that is terrifying. Anyway, I'm getting very much creeped out by this. So let's move on to the next TikTok. Next two conspiracy theories come from the Jumpers Jump podcast. I love these guys. They make the best TikToks. I think that it's so fun, and this theory I thought was very interesting. It's all about cereal, which sounds weird, but I found it interesting. I remember hearing as a child that the reason that the sugary and colorful cereals on the lower shelves was so that they would be at eye line with children, because those are the people who are probably wanting these cereals. So, you know, a kid is in the grocery store with their mom and they look at the shelves and that is what is in their eye line, so they're going to want to buy it. And it's the reason that the like healthy cereals are on the upper shelves for the eye line of the adults. I've always found this to be a very interesting marketing tactic that seems to be actually true. Something the Jumpers Jump pointed out that I had never heard before, that the mascots on cereal boxes, like kids cereal, are not ever looking like directly, you know, outwards. They're looking down, and the conspiracy theory goes that the mascots are looking down so that they are making eye contact with children, and that children will want to ask their parents to buy the cereal more. I think that this is a very interesting theory, and it's something I've literally never noticed, but I definitely know that as a kid trying to get every, you know, cereal that was marketed towards me, it works. The reason that I find this to be an interesting conspiracy theory is because I just feel like every aspect of conspiracy, the Illuminati, celebrities, whatever you want to call it, has very specific marketing techniques that I find to be incredibly creepy and incredibly interesting, because it literally manipulates the human brain. And it's like, how many other people are using these manipulation tactics to do other things besides sell you cereal? Like, you know, serious things, like the government using marketing tactics to distract you from important things going on. Kardashians using tactics like this to distract you from one scandal to push you onto another scandal that's maybe a little bit less scandalous, or even push you onto something else that's going on in their lives to just distract away from a scandal. It's crazy that these companies manipulate people so much. And I know it's naive to say that, but sometimes you just don't expect it. And it is pretty scary. Kind of reminds me of the whole conspiracy theory that Britney Spears was a pawn for the George Bush administration. I just think that's kind of a funny theory. Jumpers Jump also posted a theory about Shrek. So the Jumpers Jump theory on Shrek is that DreamWorks is going to pull a Marvel situation regarding the Shrek universe. So from the Shrek universe, we've obviously had Puss in Boots. And according to Jumpers Jump, they think that next will be other characters from Shrek have their own separate movies, a Donkey movie, a Lord Farquaad movie, a Gingy movie. I just feel like that would be interesting. I want to know what's up. DreamWorks is going to create kind of a similar villain throughout all of the Shrek universe movies, kind of like Thanos. I don't know shit about shit when it comes to Marvel, because I've never seen a Marvel movie in my life. But I know that the Marvel like cinematic universe all connects. I get it. And I think that that's fun. In the According to Jumpers Jump, they believe that the Shrek universe is going to have kind of a similar thing to Marvel, but obviously with cartoon animation form. I think that this would be pretty interesting. It would literally create an entire empire for Shrek, which could have been done. I do feel like Shrek was such a popular movie in the early 2000s that it could have really been an empire. But unfortunately, I don't know if they fumbled the bag on this, because I feel like it would have been best to do this in like 2010 or so. But I would like to hear your theories on it nonetheless, because I do think that it's still possible, because with the nostalgia factor, I feel like this theory still has a chance. So the next TikTok conspiracy theory we're going to be talking about is finally the celebrity reincarnation slash vampire slash time traveler theory. I have talked briefly about some of these, but I saw this TikTok that was actually pretty interesting that kind of made me believe the theory, because it was a few people that I had never seen before. Basically the concept that celebrities have lived like multiple lives. We're going to get into the separate conspiracy theories as to why this could be, but it's basically taking a picture from a long time ago and a picture of a celebrity now and seeing how much they look like this person from the past. And I feel like it's most common with Keanu Reeves and Nicolas Cage, but to me, I get it, like they look like, you know, their past selves. It's creepy, but the ones that I saw in this TikTok were so mind-blowing to me that it kind of made me believe the theory. From Justin Timberlake to Johnny Depp to John Travolta, Eddie Murphy, Jay-Z, Greta Thunberg, Dave Franco, Jennifer Lawrence, Jack Black, Jimmy Fallon, and even Matthew McConaughey. I mean, the list really does go on, but these were the ones that I found to be completely uncanny. Like, they look so much like the old picture. It's freaky. So the reason that I never really got super into this theory is because I had the biggest question, which would be why, or like, you know, who are these people? Why do they connect? Do they connect? Do they just look alike? I had a lot of questions and I didn't feel like there was a lot of answers, but I did some research and I found some theories that I found to be slightly plausible. The first one is a simple theory. This is probably one of the more realistic theories that, as far as this conspiracy theory goes, and it is just simply that somehow, some way that these celebrities are related to the people that they looked like in the past. Obviously, we don't have a breakdown of every famous person's celebrity tree that goes back to the 1800s. So it's a possibility that these people could literally be related. I've seen a lot of people talk about this theory and talk about how they were doing a DNA ancestry test with their great grandparents and they will look like carbon copies of them now, which is pretty cool and pretty crazy though. So it is, I guess, a possibility that these celebrities are actually distantly related to these people in the photographs. Second theory is again a pretty realistic one, and it is the doppelganger theory. Apparently there are 7 people currently on the planet who look exactly like you have 7 doppelgangers. I don't even know how much I believe this, but apparently it's true. But nonetheless, even if that was somewhat true, and even if you had just had one doppelganger on Earth, imagine the amount of people who looked like you in the past. It would probably be a lot. So I think that this is a pretty realistic theory to this, and it doesn't mean that they necessarily all had to be related to these people that they looked like, or so that they just are simply doppelgangers of those people. All right, now let's get into the more fun theories. Time travelers. This is probably one of the most popular theories when it comes to this, you know, concept of celebrity lookalikes, is that they are time travelers. I mean, if you think about it, I feel like if time travel did exist, the only people who would really have access to it would be the Hollywood elite, the celebrities, the big companies, people with lots of money. So I think it's a pretty interesting theory, although I don't really think that that's true, because I don't think time travel exists. I don't think we ever invented it, which is pretty weird. So I don't know. Maybe we do. I don't fucking know. Why would I know? I mean, like, what would be the point of them time traveling and like getting photographed? Like, just to like pull a prank on us? Like, I don't, like, I feel like that theory has a few holes in it, besides time travel not existing. So next theory is that they are reincarnated. I feel like reincarnation really doesn't have to do with people looking like other people that they were reincarnated from, but a lot of people claim that since the 1800s, people believed that witchcraft and magic were real. People still do, and low-key, it is real. But a lot of people can't claim to be magical. A lot of people claimed to make deals with witches. Maybe some of these doppelgangers made a deal with witches to make them be reincarnated as celebrities in their next life. I guess this is an interesting theory, but there obviously is not much evidence behind any of them, so, you know. A lot of people believe the whole vampires theory and that all of these celebrities are just vampires, like all Twilight style, and they literally have lived all of these lives because they've been alive forever and just like keep changing their name and pretending to die. I literally do not know what would be the logic behind that one, but a lot of people believe that they are vampires. The next theory I saw was actually on a YouTube comment, and Carlos Garcia said, quote, "I've told my friends and family for years about this theory that I have regarding this. There's only so many combinations of the shape of eyes, nose, and lips that can actually exist on a human face before the numerical combination repeats itself." I find this theory to be interesting because what if history literally does repeat itself in our faces? It's true, like there are only so many combinations that could be possible. Eventually history will repeat itself and people will look alike. So I mean, like, that's quite literally what happens. But I personally think the most logical theory is that people are either distantly related to these people or the doppelgangers theory. But I would love to hear your thoughts. The last TikTok conspiracy theory we're going to be talking about is all about Apple. I saw this TikTok pointing out that according to the Bible, Adam and Eve eat the apple of forbidden fruit, which is mostly said to be an apple. It's never actually specified in the Bible what the fruit is, but a lot of people just draw it as an apple. And that is why Apple's logo is a bitten apple, because now billions of people all around the world are carrying multiple devices that have a little apple on it to signify the evil in the world. I thought that this theory was a stretch at first because it is just a simple marketing logo, but I will say that I thought it was interesting when I found out that the original Apple computer, the first ever computer, sold for $666.66. Like, why that number? Also interesting that the forbidden fruit came from the tree of knowledge. Now, I guess you could consider an Apple product a tree of knowledge because it basically branches out into so many different ways to, you know, use this technology to have more knowledge, really. It's basically an infinite amount of books in the palm of your hand. A lot of people believe that this means that Apple is a satanic company pushed out by the Illuminati, have us constantly tracked with Find My iPhone and location services, but also have our media tracked so that they can put out specific ads that are geared towards us. Also our facial recognition tracked, and our fingerprints. All of these things are on this little Apple device, which is pretty scary if you think about it. But I'm not like switching to an Android anytime soon, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. I mean, like I've already said in this video, slash if you have watched any of my other videos, you know that celebrities to me are not the Illuminati. Like, I just feel like they're a face of the Illuminati. They're what people want you to think the Illuminati is. But the real people that you should be worried about, the people in company making billions and trillions of dollars that you don't even know about. I mean, obviously, you know, Apple is a huge company. But if you think about the Illuminati and the all-seeing eye, I mean, really, what's more all-seeing than the devices that we have in our homes? I literally have 4 Apple devices in this room currently, and I'm just one person. My roommates also have like 3 devices each. For the most part, a lot of people have either one or several Apple devices. I feel like this bitch is the all-seeing eye. I mean, it quite literally has high definition cameras. It freaks me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like I'm holding a government device a little bit, but I don't know. Let's not get too crazy. I do believe this theory to an extent, but let's talk about another Apple theory that I found interesting. This one TikTok that I saw blew my mind.
A conspiracy theory that I will always believe: Apple is dirty, fucking rotten evil, and they are fucking up our phones, okay? Because every software update that comes out that I don't install, or every time a new phone comes out and I haven't gotten it yet, my phone is like slow, not working well, all funky. It's the same reason why I had to buy new AirPods recently, and when I went in, the answer they gave me was like, well, the AirPods just kind of stopped working after 2 years. Okay, you didn't tell me that when I bought them. You try to brand yourself as a company where these are like high quality products that last forever. And then the minute you go in with like a phone that isn't working or AirPods that aren't working, they use this like tech mumbo jumbo around you to be like, well, the battery life simply means that like it couldn't last for 2 more years.
Basically, it's talking about the concept that Apple devices slow down once new iPhones release or new updates release, that your current device stops working. It's a common search apparently, that people search, why is my iPhone so slow, and it completely spikes up anytime a new phone is released. The person who made this TikTok claims they went into an Apple store and said that their AirPods were no longer working, and she was told that they basically kind of stopped working after 2 years. Now, that is a very frustrating thing to hear, because obviously that's nuts. You pay so much money for this stuff, you expect it to work. And with this technology, they would be able to make something work for a very long time. I mean, just think, to your mom, she probably has an electric hand mixer that she's had since her wedding day 33 years ago. At least if your mom is my mom, then she does. And that bitch still works like completely fine. Completely fine. And 30 years ago, we have so much more technology now that you would think definitely can make a phone that lasts for 10 years. At least. Why would they do that when that would not make them anywhere near as much money as they are making now? Because companies are a scam. And think about how much it lines up with like AT&T, T-Mobile, your different carriers. A lot of the time your contract allows you to get a new phone every 2 years. Lines up with these things stopping working after 2 years, but also lines up with the new releases of the iPhone. It's a pretty interesting theory because obviously we can figure out, and we must have figured out, how to make devices that last way longer than they do, and yet we don't do that because it's not for the greater good of making money. And that is the sick thing about the society. I mean, you think with an iPhone, like, it's like, okay, it doesn't really matter. It makes sense. It's a marketing company. It's a company that is running on money, and obviously them coming out with new iPhones is not enough to drive people to want to buy the new devices, but them making these current devices not work anymore, they have no choice but to buy the newest edition. It makes sense completely, but it is scary because for me, I just think of like the medical industry and like pharmaceutical industry mostly, and think about how there probably could be a cure for some of the most common cancers, but obviously they wouldn't make as much money on that as they would on all of the treatment that is used currently to treat the cancer but not actually cure it, because it keeps you sicker longer. And that is sick, but it is probably accurate, which is really fucking scary. I mean, with Apple, I will say a product that decreases in quality, so the consumer is literally forced to buy a new one every 2 years, is pretty fucking genius. It sucks, but it's smart. Like, you can't deny that. It's like crazy. I'll fall for it every time. I will continue to do so. But either way, that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these TikTok conspiracy theories. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, and subscribe for new videos every week. And I will see you guys later. Bye.